And we are back here at TSF Entertainment. And I'm joined by none other than the man himself. I am Retro CG. What's going
What's
on,
good?
bro?
What's up, bro? How you doing today?
Not much, man. We gotta get into it. We are First Thoughts, Power Book 2 Ghosts, Season 3, Episode 8, Sacrifice. The first thoughts. But before we get into it, we're gonna hit y'all with this intro and we will be right back. And we are back.
In the building.
Retro. First thoughts.
I can't say that we didn't see a lot of this coming.
What?
I can't say that we didn't call a lot of this. I mean, I don't even know where to start. Shout out to Sax, R.I.P. Sax.
R.I.P. Sacks.
He has gone to the power heaven. Finally, his 9 lives are up after 9 seasons of being with the character. Sax is finally out of here, and I don't know how I feel about it.
I
I
think
mean,
because
he needed to go.
he
He needed to
did.
go. But I was like, I feel like they could have done more with his character. I feel like they could have done a little bit more with his character. But Saxon's out of here.
I can't say. All I'm gonna say is, for everybody that was in the comments, everything that was down me. All I have to say is, I told y'all this was coming. I wanted to say something else, but I'm not gonna say that. But I told y'all. I said, if you go back, I said Theo was going to take him. He was going to unalive Sax. Then he was going to unalive himself, and that's exactly what happened. I'm with you on that though, because like I said, I think it's because Sax has been with us for so long.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like when Ghost got unalived in season 6. It was like we knew it was coming, but we didn't know when.
We weren't ready. We weren't
We
ready
wasn't
for
ready
it.
for it.
Yep.
And now that Sax is gone, it's like, dang, like he now that it's almost like that's all we can associate him with is power. So it's like now he gone. I don't know what else.
There will
Yeah,
be, I will say this, there will never be another character that could ever take the place of Sax in the Power universe. They did a
that's right.
very good job making us hate the character, like the
Hmm.
character, tolerate the character. We had been with him for so long that we just kind of got used to it. We needed that person around that's going to kind of be working against the fam, but working their own agenda at the same time. Like we needed him. Like we needed him, especially after we lost characters like Angela and Greg and Mike Sandoval. Sax was
Hmm.
always that one that kind of rolled over and fill that position on
Yeah.
the law enforcement side that always was kind of investigating, always trying to, get one up on the St. Patrick's, but never could. So maybe Blanca's going to take its place in that respect. It's going to be interesting to see how Jenny reacts to what happened to Sax because, like, she did him dirty. Like, she did him dirty for real. And I'm wondering once she finds out that he's unalive, is that going to make her even more determined to try to pin this Rico, or is she just gonna not give?
I I was thinking that same thing. I was trying to figure out whether or not she was gonna go extra hard to
Yeah,
pin Rico, or if she was gonna feel guilt because she told him, "I'm not telling." Like, yeah, we're not protecting you, and then look what happened. And
yep,
I'm thinking the latter. I'm thinking it's going to be more so like she's going to feel guilt, and I got to feel, and I think if it's what I think it is, is that she's going to be the one that spirals like out of control because of the guilt, and she's going to be so hell bent on trying to pin the Rico on them that she's going to mess up somehow, and then like that's when Blanca is going to come in and like take it over to make sure like we get them on the Rico. I just feel I just have that feeling like something like she's going to mess up because like she told Sax like we're not protecting you, like you, and she did them dirty, and look what happened, unalived.
So if you saw our review from last week, we had a very detailed discussion about what we thought was going to happen this episode, and we pretty much did a 360, and we hit all the marks. We hit all of
Yep.
our marks on what we thought was going to happen. So we saw it in writing. I mean, you saw it, I saw it, Jug saw it. Previous people that was on the panel saw it. I mean, we saw it from day one.
Yeah.
So we knew this. We knew that's where they were going with Theo's character, because I even said in previous reviews, like after he gets out of jail, what's for it? What's left with the character? Because they didn't do such a good job developing a backstory where we could, be interested in seeing, Theo and Davis more together. Like, after
Yeah.
he got out of jail, I was like, oh, I'm not interested anymore. So we
Yeah.
saw that he was struggling with being out of jail. We saw that the treatment wasn't effective. He gave it 28 years. So, I mean, 28 years is a long time to come back out in society and try to readjust. And you have a terminal illness on top of it.
Yeah.
So we knew that he was going to unalive himself.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how Davis moves forward. What do you think about Drew? Drew, oh my God. Drew just keeps making things worse each episode. Like before, it used to be Kane that got in his own way, but Drew is getting in his own way. I think I'm ready to see Drew go.
I told y'all in previous recaps, I said it's amazing how the writing this season they've done a complete 180 with Drew and Kane, because it was always Kane that was the one that was off the hinges, and now and Drew was the sensible one. Now it's reversed. I think at some point, I think he is. I don't. I think I I would not be surprised if he's gone by the season finale. I would not be
Yeah,
surprised.
I wouldn't be upset if he's gone. I wouldn't be upset if he's gone. Kane and Effie, they finally hook up. I can't
Yeah,
say
I can
that we
say.
didn't see this coming either. Everybody arguing that, oh, they're not going to be together. Yes, they are.
Yeah, I was wrong on this one because I didn't. I mean, it was. I thought they was going to tiptoe around it, and
Nah,
maybe we would have got to it to like the season finale. I didn't
starting
think
to
it was
write
going
it.
to come this close, but it's as soon as it happened, I was like, "Well, damn, I was wrong." I said
One,
they they kicking it off already.
one thing that you see a lot with the Tejada kids is that when they get invested in someone, in a romantic interest in someone, they go in hard.
Sure
So
do.
it almost feels like, and I guess because of how they write Effie's character, or more how the actress portrays the character, but it's almost as if Kane is going up for her a little bit more than she is for him.
Yeah,
Like it's almost like she's taking advantage of the situation that she know he feeling her, or whatever the case may be, and she's using it to her advantage. I'm not gonna say that she don't have feelings for him, but I don't think they're as strong as what he has developed for her.
I was thinking the exact same thing because when she told him after that first night, and she told him, I forgot what it was. She was like, "It's not going to be no um I forgot. It was something like some thank yous or something. Like after that first night, when they woke up that next morning before Tariq popped up,
Yeah,
like it was almost like she was laying the ground rules. Like, nah, this ain't about to be no relationship. This just about to be like on some sneaky link type stuff.
yep,
And that's what made me think like, okay, so she just using this probably, sneaky link, probably get back at Tariq, but mainly to keep the work coming,
exactly,
and that's all it
exactly.
was. Yeah, that's how I looked at it. I looked at it as she's using that just to make sure that the work keep coming so that she can get the money and like prove like like she kept telling Kane, I'm not a charity case. That's how I looked at it. I was thinking that exact same thing because the next morning when she said it, I'm like,
It
okay,
was
well
like
I understand that.
it's time for you to go.
Yeah, it was one of them joints like she was giving him the walk of shame. Like, okay,
Yeah,
well we done did.
your
You go ahead
shoes
and
by
walk
the
on out.
door, yo.
Yeah,
It's
it was
time for you
just
to
like,
go.
and And I was still surprised that Kane even went in the bathroom.
Yeah, because I thought he was gonna blow Tariq's spot up like how they did with like how he did with Diana when she came to the door. Like I thought it was gonna be something like that.
Yep.
Um, we said that Evelyn wasn't gonna go away. Evelyn ain't going away, and Drew just made it worse with his public confession that
Outcry.
Gordo is unalive. That was a public confession. He's gone. Well, where is he
Gone.
going to? How do you know? Yeah, so that's going to create some troubles for the Tejadas. It may even create some troubles for well, it's undoubtedly going to create some troubles for Monet because you know how we got introduced to Evelyn's character. She came around looking for her husband when he disappeared.
Yep.
Now my son is gone, so like yo, I know that you got something to do with this.
Yep.
The question I want to ask you is: do we think that ultimately all of them are going to band together and pin the Rico on Monet?
Oh man.
Especially after they find out about Lorenzo, especially after they find out how if Drew ever finds out how she manipulated him into, well, first how she used Gordo to unalive Lorenzo, then manipulated him into taking Gordo out. Is it possible that they could all band together and run a fade on Monet?
Oh man. What are we? So we on season 3.
It's
It's
power.
pos.
It's
Yeah.
power. Power ain't loyal to these parents. So.
Like okay, because that's what I was like. What season we in? Because I was like, oh, we did. I mean, it is possible, but I'm thinking only because this is season 3. Out of the spinoffs, this is the highest rated. I think we possibly get her Monet one more season before
She's
she
out of
goes
here at
down.
5. If they go to 5.
If they
And,
go to 5, I'm
and see,
thinking
that's
like,
another thing. How many seasons, how many more seasons is book 2 going to go?
yeah, that's true. Because dang, I wish I could remember. I can't even remember his real name. The character that plays Tariq.
Michael Rainey
Um,
Jr.
yeah, Michael Rainey said he was kind of getting tired of this, but I mean, I'm just kind of I'm basing it off of because we only got 2 episodes left.
So it ain't going to
So
happen this episode. I don't think the Rico is going to be wrapped up this
yeah,
season. I think it's going to roll into season 4.
it would have to because if they if it wrapped up with these last 2 episodes, it would be too many it'd be too many things that's missed.
Yeah.
Like it would be too many things that's left unanswered. Like because they would have to speed through it and try to cut and try to slice and dice it to show, and we'll be wondering like I said, we haven't seen Noma's character since what episode 4 when they went to Italy, or was that 5?
Maybe 5.
We haven't seen Noma's character or her henchman. Like,
But I'm cool with that. Everyone, the story is not really wrapped around them. The story is more so the fact that they always get a connect. Now, the only reason why I feel like we spent so much time with Mecca last season was because of his connection with Monet. But if you look at most of the kingpins that come on the show, you know, you get cameo appearances with them. And I think that they got more story for Norma.
mm-hmm,
So I think we're going to see a lot more of her, the characters in season 4. Right now, they're going to try to figure out how to beat this Rico or whatever. And you know, there's dissension in the group, there's dissension in the family. So there's a lot more story to focus on with the central characters right now before we start another. And I'm
yeah,
glad they're not doing that. I'm actually glad they're not doing that because
yeah,
I can't stand when they have so many storylines going on at the same time. And like, which one do I want to pay a close attention to? That's why we're calling so much that's going on in the writing is because they're focused more on the central characters, so we can see what's ahead for those characters because they're not flip flopping storylines. Yo, I'm I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried. Is Effie gonna flip?
I mean, from the trailer
And they
that they
snatched her ass
showed,
up twice. They yoked her ass up twice. Yo,
I
Effie gonna
don't,
tell something.
I don't.
She is.
I'm
She
like
tells
50-50 because I'm leaning more towards no because it's going to be hard for her. to, especially since all of them are under a RICO, it's gonna be hard to her to flip and not somehow some way get Kane wrapped up in it, because all of them are getting hit with a RICO. So even if like she just say, "Yo, I'm just gonna snitch on Tariq or I'm just gonna snitch on Monet," it's still gonna be hard to not get Kane wrapped up in that. So if she drops dime, then it's like, and even herself, because she's still been, although they found the powdered sugar or whatever, like, you know she would still somehow be tied. They would find a way probably to tie her into it. So now you got the attempted murder charge and the RICO. So I'm not sure. It's like I'm thinking no, and she's gonna ride it out, and Kane is gonna try her best to uh, get her out. And I think this is what I thought after seeing him in that ridiculous disguise as her attorney. Um,
I
he's
know.
going to try to. I think this is where he's going to try to, like you said, he's probably going to be the one that's going to try to pin it either on. He's either going to try to. No, I don't think he's going to unalive Lauren because it would be too much heat on him. I think he's going to try to flip it and pin it on Monet at this point, because remember, they had their little words back and forth, and he was like, "You mad at me because I was the one that was smart enough to take the money to Western Holdings and do all this other stuff," and like that, you know what I'm saying? That tension, I think, and of course, he already suspects that she was the one that unalived Lorenzo. This, since his nose is wide open with Effie, this might be the joint where he be like, "Nah, I ain't about to let you ride up in here. We gonna flip it. Monet should be the one up in here because she's the one who had us doing all of this mess." So
Which
I
goes
won't be
back to how I
surprised.
feel like Diana, Tariq, Kane, Effie, all of them going to be working their own agenda, and they're all going to be targeted towards Monet because they all got to keep their own selves out of implicating themselves in the
Yeah,
criminal organization. So they're going to put it all on Monet. They're going to have a hard time trying to prove it though because Monet don't touch nothing.
don't touch nothing.
She
So
be in the
that's
house.
should be in the house. So that's going to be the hard part on
Yeah,
how they're gonna,
yeah.
unless they get to Evelyn or something. I don't know, man. They gonna figure out something, but I just
Yo,
got the feeling.
the Ponzi scheme is out in the open.
Again, I told y'all, if you go back and watch the review that was done, I had that feeling in that picture. Tariq was going to tell RSJ about it being a Ponzi scheme, and what happened? Told him about being a Ponzi scheme. I still feel like Braden's Uncle Lucas, is going to try something,
Oh yeah,
because
oh yeah.
yeah, because him in that meeting, it was just like, yeah,
I'm gonna
nah,
get you.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it was like, I'm gonna get you. Like, if you
yeah,
think I'm gonna just let you get away with this scot free, nah,
yeah.
bro. Like,
And he
nah.
got to go on a payment plan to pay all them people money back. But what's going to happen? And I hope because Monet will cut her nose off to spite her face. I hope that Monet doesn't get wind of this Ponzi scheme because if she does, she's going to unalive him before they can get their money back.
Yep, and that's gonna mess up everything.
Or Kane's going to find out about it and he's going to do something reckless. They can't get rid of Lucas until they get their money back.
Along with
So I'm
RSJ.
trying to figure out what Lucas might be running a con on them and saying he ain't got no money and transferring that money to like an offshore account
Yep.
and like kick rocks on their ass.
I won't be
or
surprised if him and Kiki run off.
or that's what I was getting ready to say. Or he pins it all on Kiki
Damn,
and
I didn't
she
even
takes
think
the
of that.
slide. Yeah, she gonna slide because now that we know that her character is dirty and she's been wrapped up in this Ponzi scheme, what else do we want to see from that character?
Exactly. Dang, I didn't even think about that.
What else can we see from that character? So I can very easily see if it comes out. if Harper and this whole Tate situation, she's got such a big issue with working with the Tate working with the Westons. And I think to myself, you handpicked the Weston to be in your class. What are you so bad about?
Yep.
But I feel like Kiki could be the fall guy for the Ponzi scheme. Because it's going to be their word, the Weston family word, who's pillars in society to Kiki. Oh, it's a black girl stealing money.
I didn't even think about that. They should if Uncle Lucas don't do it, I could definitely see Braden father doing that.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Yeah.
Braden
Once he
father
find
even
out
know what
about it, once he find out about it, he gonna pin it on them. I think Tariq is washed up there at Western Holden. Braden might be washed up there too, but then again, he can kind of be forced to stay there to work because it's his family business.
yeah.
But Tariq done for over there, so Tariq gonna have to go find him another internship.
Oh yeah, he done. Yeah,
Yeah, he
Lucas not
done.
let him back in that
Yeah,
building.
he ain't
It's a
getting back
wrap.
in that building. It's a wrap. He
It's a
gonna have to
wrap.
go work for RSJ. Is what's gonna end up happening. He's
Yeah.
probably gonna go do an internship over at RSJ. This was a good episode. I mean, we saw a lot of things. We caught a lot of things. Even though a lot of the things that we said happened, with Sax being unalive, Theo unaliving himself, I'm still. By the time we get to tomorrow's review, I may have a difference of opinion, but as of right now, uh, I feel somewhat of a loss. And I don't necessarily feel a loss because Sax is gone. I feel a loss for the character. The character he was the bridge. He was the bridge between seasons, between the spinoff shows. And I'm just wondering what's going to happen next with Davis. That storyline with Davis now becomes, uninteresting.
I think it'll still become interesting. I'm just hoping that they don't take his
I feel the
character.
same way I feel like when they got rid of Joe Proctor. Like I feel like they could have done more with Joe Proctor. It's just
Yeah.
like I feel like they could have done something with Sax. Like Sax really should have been well connected enough where he saw this coming, that he had his own backup plan in place in case, Jenny's protection didn't come through. Sax should have been out of New York. There was no reason why he should have even went back down there to have a conversation with Jenny. He should have been out of New York. But he didn't make it.
But I think he was making on since he knew excuse me. Since he knew you know, where Tariq's mom and Yaz was along with his grandmother, he was banking on that to say like, hey, you know, that's my calling card. I call Tariq, tell them like, yo, tell them chill, and I'm gonna be good because that's all he wants at the end. Tariq just wants to be with his mom, Yaz, and his grandmother. So as long as I tell him this, then I'm good to go. But he wasn't expecting, which like I said, that was terrible, right? Because I knew immediately as soon as Davis told him, I was like, well, there we go. Now we see how he got in the car with the gun, and we already know what he about to do. And I already had a feeling he was lying anyway about his treatments being good because he was so excited. I was like, dude, you getting treatments, but you still look horrible. I was like, yeah, nah, he
Yeah.
lying about the treatments. So yeah, I think like you said, it wasn't a shocker to me that Sack's character is gone, but it's just I'm with you. I don't know how they're gonna move forward with it now that his character is gone along with Davis, but I just can't see them taking Davis' character out before this season because when it rolls over the next season, it's like somebody's going to have to pick up that character.
Yeah.
It might not be the Davis character, but it's going to have to be another attorney. So it's like you might as well keep Davis. But I got a feeling like I'm feeling something like where along the lines where after all this happened, Davis don't even want to be bothered with law no more anyway.
That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking that maybe after this season, after they beat the Rico, after he beats the because he's part of the Rico too as a conciliaire.
Yeah,
So I feel like after he beats all this, he's gonna go like into mourning. The fact that he had already lost his brother for 28 years, and now he's lost him forever.
yeah,
So I think he's going to look in the mirror and be like, yo, I've been a dirty attorney. A lot of this is my fault because I've been, moving with the wrong type of people or whatever. So, he may end up, he may end up like leaving New York or something or, going away or, taking a leave of absence or something like that, and Tariq and them are going to be forced to have to find another lawyer to represent them. So it's going to be interesting to see how they move forward with the story. I'm kind of excited to see what's going to happen in the next 2 episodes, even though we get a break. I can't see where they're going to go with the next 2 episodes now.
I can't either. I'm still mad we get a break because y'all should have
Yeah,
gave us y'all should have gave us a break a long time ago.
yeah, we should have
Like
had the break
like
already.
now y'all giving us the break now when it's getting good and now
Yeah,
we ready for
when it's
more.
almost over. When it's almost
Yeah,
over. It's almost over. Why are you giving us a break? You stretching it out.
you
Stretching
should have
it
gave
out.
us that break maybe episode 3 or 4 or something like around
Yeah.
that time. I'm ready now. So yeah, I'm very interested myself to see how these last 2 episodes are going to be because I don't know. Maybe it's something where shoot, I don't know. Monet make some calls if he get touched up in prison or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It
I
wouldn't be
mean, we
surprising.
seen it before.
Yep.
We seen it before on that's how
They don't got
Dre,
so
right?
many of them touched up. They don't got so many of them touched up in jail. So the list, there's a long list of people who got touched up in jail.
That was Dre
Um,
on Power, right?
it
It was
was
Dre.
Dre. It
Yep.
was Mike Sandoval. It was the dude, the guard that was harassing Ghost. I mean,
Yep.
you got a lot of people that got
Yeah.
touched up in
So
jail. So that'll be
I'm
nothing.
yeah.
But we got a little small schedule change for our review and
Yeah.
recap. That's going to actually be tomorrow night at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Eastern time. We normally do it on Sundays at 6, but we got a little change in schedule this week. So we'll be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. to break down the episode, give our full recap. We appreciate those who are subscribing. Make sure y'all drop y'all comments in the drop y'all theories in the comments section below
Yep.
because we want to continue these discussions. We've been going back and forth. We've been checking out some other reviews and commenting on those, and just putting our theories out there because we over here we be following the writing, so
Yep.
we want to make sure that whatever thoughts and suggestions y'all got for the next 2 episodes, drop them in the comments because we want to see it. Make sure y'all like this video, share this video out, and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you guys tomorrow night.
We will see y'all tomorrow night.
Peace.